You guys ready to go? Happy Wednesday. Yeah. All right. Turn down the music, everybody. Guten Morgen. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance. Let me remind you that trading is risky, even if you plan in advance. And it's not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. But it's always good to stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne. I will be your guide on this thing called Forex. I consider myself a servant, so you are the boss. Let me know how I can help. So we'll go through the charts today. How about gold? How about oil? How about Bitcoin? How about dollar pairs? How about yen pairs? How about what you want? Sounds like we can knock out some good analysis. There are 6,000 additional videos like this one on YouTube. Some of them associated with FX Bootcamp, some associated with Trader's Way, some associated with FX Street, and of course, some associated with Forex.Today. So there are a lot of resources. Why don't you go and leverage them, because they're all free. Now, if you got a little bit of money, in the description below the video, there's a link to my book. For about the same cost as a book, remember, I sold the rights to the book. It's owned by Wiley Publishing. So they set the price. It's pretty expensive. Nonetheless, tens of thousands of copies have sold. Right on. Then what? Well, for about the same amount of money, you can get 65 hours of training videos at FX Bootcamp. That's cool. The link is in the description below. If you look in the description below the video, there's a link to tradersway.com. We all need a broker. I recommend tradersway.com. It's that simple. They earned my loyalty and respect, for sure, with their actions in the real world. When other brokers went out of business because the tide went out and we saw who was standing there nay. Trader's Way was legit, and other brokers went out of business because they weren't legit, I guess. How else would you go out of business? So anyways, Trader's Way right then and there was put under a dress that broke other brokers, broke the brokers. Trader's Way was just fine, and I'm like, boom, that's it right there. They actually have a business model based on ethics. Tradersway.com. Oh, yeah, and they have fast execution speed. Oh, yeah, their spreads are fine. Competitive. I bought a new coffee maker. It's a suction pump. No, not Swedish. I know what you were thinking. Japanese, in fact, uses a vacuum to brew coffee. And I'm using Kona coffee, but I think maybe it's the coffee. It tastes over roasted. Maybe that's it. Is it bad Kona coffee? I don't know. Anywho. How about gold and euro? Yeah, okay, how about it? Do you think anything would have been changed? How about gold? How about euro? I don't think anything fundamentally changed, so it'd come down to technical, huh? Well, we'll go through that. In fact, we can start there if you want. Okay, we can start there if you want. Okay, so there we go. We're stuck. Nothing's changed in the last few hours or even in the last few days. Come on. Uh-oh. Yeah. See, I got a force update by Windows. Once again, it means Windows doesn't work as good as it used to. It'll get progressively worse until they update it to the point where I'll have to buy Windows 27 or whatever's next. Anywho, this is the only thing I see going on for bears. This is the only thing I see going on for bulls. Okay, obviously this is support. Why? Well, actually, mathematically, that's S1. Yeah, it is support by definition. Okay. So anyways, I'm a bear, and I believe we are in a deflationary period. And you'll say, well, Wayne, why are we in a deflationary period if we have 9% inflation? I said, well, what are you watching PPI and CPI for? PPI today, CPI tomorrow. Why are you watching it? To see if it falls. Oh, well, then you're also deflationary. You buy gold during an inflationary period. So as long as you're expecting deflation, you'd be selling gold. That's it. Done. That's my point of view. Now you might say, Wayne, that's stupid. I'm like, okay, yeah. I've been accused of worse things. Okay, but that is my story, and I'm sticking to that. So here it is. By definition, it is support. Also, if you look at my price action pivot points, this is range bound on this time frame. So you could, let's say, Hope, if you wanted to buy gold, you could say, well, I'm buying gold because we are at support and you expect it to go from support back up to resistance. Okay, cool. Okay, that would be valid. Okay, that would be technical. It wouldn't be fundamental, but that's perfectly fine as well. So my way is not the only way. It's just the best way. Now. Okay, my WTI, I have it coming down to 80, between 87 and 83, depending on how aggressive you are. And we've had yet another down day, which is great. Awesome. So we got this period here. Let me mark this in yellow. We have this period here, then a lower high, then a lower high, right? There'll probably be another lower high. And then I'm wondering, will we start to see rollover on Thursday or Friday? Thank you, Mater. Yeah, of course I'm joking. Of course I'm joking. Okay. Okay. So that'll be interesting. But, Joe Biden wants to make fix everything by pointing fingers at the Saudis and calling them names. Oh, I'm going to get you after the election. I'm going to get you. You're going to be sorry. Not good diplomatic politics, in my humble opinion. Okay? Not good politics. It goes all the way back. We should have been sitting there with President Xi at the Winter Olympics. And instead of the United States standing there, we had Putin standing there. I mean, to me, it's a massive screw-up. And then we had a war. Diplomatic error. We want oil prices to go down, so we called Saudi Arabia the wrong guy. Okay? And they're like, no. And now we're flooding the market with oil, so of course they're pissed off. Anywho. So now Biden is basically name-calling, and I just don't see how that's a wise move diplomatically. Okay? Anywho. I think the CIA will probably send out another drone strike to the Saudi facilities. You're like, I thought that was Iran. Yeah, okay. That'll be interesting, huh? The CIA-led drone strike and all of a sudden oil prices jump. Anyways, it wouldn't make sense because Biden wants oil prices down. But anyways, so my WTI Bitcoin. I had half a Bitcoin in my hand yesterday at the top of this range, and I said, "Give me my money." And I'm really happy because I would have lost money. Looks like about $1,000 and $1,000 move on a half a Bitcoin. And you're like, dude, that adds up. Meta says worst politics ever. No. There's been worse. Yeah. You know, I think the saddest thing is, and again, I'm Canadian, so I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. Okay? I illegally voted for Bill Clinton. Hey, I lived in California. Okay? But, you know, I think the saddest thing is, because I don't believe Biden's made good choices over and over and over again, or at least I disagree with them. I'm entitled to that opinion. And I have studied international political economics, right? I know a few things about a few things. But anyways, I'm surprised he's been in politics since World War II, and he's still this mediocre, even bad. So you're like, really? So, that's the best we got. That's the part where, you know, you got to remember how it works, right? The Republicans, the best they had was Trump. If you hated Trump, well, I'd just say, hey, well, he was the best they had, right? So on and so forth. Lucas says he has term limits. Yeah, but then the counter argument to that is then you get a bunch of people in government that don't know how to run the government. Then you leave it up to amateurs, right? So I don't know. I don't know if I'm fully on board with that one. I'm not saying no, but yeah, I get it. Well, I would think of it differently, I suppose. I would say how would I recruit the best people? Okay? Like that. So to say, I want you to come to Washington, you can work for a few years, give up your entire professional career to go into public service, but after that, you lose everything and you're out of that. You're just out and you're back to where you were. I kind of, you know, anyways, wrong. Cool topic. We need whiskey and cigars for that one. But let's move on to analysis. So Bitcoin flat to bearish. Don't worry, I converted mine to money, real money. So I got my money. I had a choice, USD or half of a Bitcoin. And I'm like, USD all day, my friend. Out. Go to cash, Coinbase, go to cash. So anyways, so WTI is coming down, which is great because she loves me. She's coming back for me. You thought Forex loves you. Well, oil can love you too. She keeps you warm in the winter. She looks cool in the summer. So anyways, coming down so I can buy it. Great. So I love it. We're almost there. Almost there. Maybe another dollar. I start filling my tanks. By the way, again, I have to mention again, I have spent today probably 45 minutes daydreaming about our hedge fund boot camp here in the United States, where we get together in a hotel room, not a hotel room, a conference center for like 2 or 3 days. And I teach you how to start your own hedge fund, raise your money, do the speech, go through the legal compliance, go through the, actually review other hedge funds. In fact, give you an entire overview of the entire hedge fund industry, so you understand your potential investor not only is looking at Forex, but they might be looking at a convertible arbitrage fund. They might be interested in investing into real estate or something, and these are your competition, right? It's not just, they're not necessarily looking at 20 different Forex funds. Money is money is money. They always have opportunities, so you got to know that industry. So, anyways, I spent probably another 45 minutes thinking about it today. It seems to be reoccurring. I might actually do it. Of course, it's going to end on a Saturday night, where we're going to have a second conference aligned with the first one, where we all just get together on a Saturday and talk about Forex and the world of investing and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to end with a big cocktail party. And of course, in the cocktail party, you can listen to the other crew practice their elevator pitches. Like, imagine after 3 days, someone's, learned their elevator pitch and their full presentation and PowerPoint deck and all that kind of stuff. One of the things I want to practice is how do you talk about your fund while remaining compliant? Because remember, you can't say a lot of things. But how do you handle a situation where you bump into a wealthy person at a cocktail party? How do you talk about what you do? So, hey, let's have a giant cocktail party. So some people might just show up for the cocktail party and a couple of lectures so that you can write it off in your taxes. Okay? Well, sort of like that. That's kind of like the elevator, isn't it, Hope? Where you walk into the cocktail party and you meet a bunch of other boot campers, which is super cool. But then at the same time, practice your pitch. Okay? Why don't I just do it in Atlanta? If I did that in Atlanta, it would be at the Porsche facility. So I thought about that. But I believe my other choice is better, in particular in the winter. It's a really cool place. We never have to leave. Everything is inside. The hotels are cheaper because it's in the central United States. It's close to everybody. And then also, like, when we have the cocktail party, so I already know exactly where we'll be when we have the cocktail party, and it's really cool. But it's loud. There's a lot of background noise. And that's what I like. I like that. I like background noise because it makes it difficult. And when you're doing your conversation, you can't pitch during a cocktail party. But what you want to do is set up a meeting, right? So anyways, in a beautiful environment with lots of background noise, you have to deal with imperfection. Okay? What about the European boys? Yeah, it would be Nashville. The place I'm thinking is Nashville. What about the European boys? They have airplanes. Okay. They have airplanes in Europe. Okay. Exotics getting crushed, as we know. Dollar strong here. Look at the ZAR. We were just talking about this. I guess the swing trading group, which was Thursday. Today's Wednesday already, huh? So just look at this in the last week. Lots of up. That's what we're talking. What's up, Stevie? S&M in the house. Sky Killer's like, they do have airplanes in Europe. Cool. So that would be fun. Yeah. Anyways, hope's on. Hope's in. I thought I'd even see if I can find time to roll up. I'll fly out to Nashville and meet with the executives there and get some pricing. I'm like, I want this room, I want that room, all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's move into, I guess, dollar. Okay. Oh, we just got a new candle. Okay, we just got a new candle. That's cool. Okay. I got to move this PSAR, so I'm locking in more profit. Got to move this to the new PSAR, locking in profit. This one I have to adjust. Not much because there's still volatility. And then this one is already snap dab on, and I'm testing a new EA called, I think it's Universal Trading Stop. And I have the stop automatically following, it's trailing, using PSAR. See, I don't like the idea of putting down like 100 pip stop loss, because that decision says you will get out when you lose 100 pips. I hate that idea. How much are you willing to lose on a trade? And I'm like, I don't want to lose anything on a trade because I can't make a decision. To me, that's what a trailing stop is. I can't make the decision, so I'm willing to give up 100 pips no matter what. I hate that. Now, PSAR is different because it says it'll move the stop based on a change in volatility. And it measures good volatility and bad volatility. So when there's bad volatility, it pulls your stop in and locks in as much profit as possible, as quickly as possible. But then when you have the good volatility, it tries to let your winners run as much as possible. That is way different than just saying, you know what, I'm willing to lose 100 pips because I can't make a decision. In this case, I'm saying, get me out when there's more bad volatility than good volatility. So I have them set. So that's why I downloaded this. I want to test it to see if I can change the settings, because I use unique settings in my PSAR, and it's 0.01 with a max of 0.2. Okay. And that works pretty good. Only on a 4-hour chart, though. Mohammed, it's just a decision. It's the same. Okay. I'm okay with that. So just is. Just is. I'm not saying one is better than another. It's just one. You have to choose one, Mohammed. That's all. To me, there's no right. It just is. Also, I think, like, if you're calculating instead of pips, let's say you're calculating in a currency, and then the currency value has to be translated to then the second currency, like your deposit currency. And, you know, they don't overlap well. So I translate things down into pips. And since I'm a G10 trader, I mean, once in a while I step into emerging markets, not when the dollar's going up, of course, but I'm, 99% of the time I'm a G10, and then 99% of the time it's major pairs, major being dollar or major being yen. So what I mean is not cross pairs 90% of the time, 99% of the time. So it's just in pips that works. Okay, Mohammed? If you do lots of cross pairs and a lot of emerging markets, meaning, 1,000 pips, you can sneeze and make 1,000 pips on a rand, but it's not the same as making 1,000 pips on a pound. Okay. I don't trade nat gas, but I do follow it. And by the way, nat gas, we're so close. It's about to just explode in price. Okay. So anyways, so that's why, Mohammed, if that makes sense. Just it's based on how I trade. Master Trader says, hey, new EA, did you get someone to program it? No, I downloaded it. It's free. Yeah, it's free. If you want, I'll show you. Right? Don't tell meta quotes. They don't like people promoting their software. But I'll promote what I'm doing. Am I on the right one? Yeah. There it is. Well, Sultan, maybe open up a futures account. Thiago, only for annual. Yeah, Sultan. Well, open like a proper futures account. Okay. So, yeah, just do some due diligence. Yeah, sure. Hey, it's a Canadian, well, originally it was a Canadian company. So, like in this conference I want to do, I'd like to spend like a couple of hours, maybe a whole morning, going over the math of your trading history. Of anyone's trading history. In fact, using the lens as if you were the investor. Have you ever wondered what the risk of ruin is? Have you ever wondered what like Sharpe ratio is? Have you ever wondered about, the expectancy? You're like, what are these numbers? Sartino ratios. How do investors use them? What do they look at? What are they looking for? What's important? What's not important? But what's going into the math, right? Can you imagine going through all of that? So you understand what kind of scrutiny an investor will give you when they look at your trade history? I love stuff like that. You should know, I think. Can you imagine you're showing someone your trade history and it's got those numbers on the bottom and somebody asks you a question, you're like, yeah, I actually don't know what it means. Is it good? No response to that, huh? All right. That's interesting. I think that's where the money is, because if you understand what looks good, maybe you'll actually trade so that it looks good. Interesting. Nobody wants that. Okay, so anyways, we're sitting here. I guess you know what's new? I forgot. It seems like so long ago. I added 2 trades yesterday on Aussie dollar. I forgot about that. It seems so long ago. All right, 24 hours ago. We were here. Do you remember me placing this X? And Aussie dollar dropped like a ton of bricks. And I said, don't chase it. Don't chase it. I said, Forex is going to punish traders that are not patient and disciplined. Does anyone remember that? If you chase it, you lack patience, you lack discipline, and you will be punished. We were watching on like a 5-minute chart, and it would drop 50 pips. And I said, if you chase it, you suck. And you will be punished. Okay? Guess what happened? It flipped and jumped and destroyed those who lack patience and discipline. Okay? That's it. You got sucked in. Okay? So I sold here. Right there. Okay? If we look at it on a smaller time frame, let's go to a 1 hour chart. Okay? Look. First of all, I have the line already set there, but I just want to show you. I guess that's hard to see as well, isn't it? Well, I'll just go back to my drawing tool, I guess. And look, that's where I sold. Patient, disciplined, rewarded. Okay? I even added a second one. So I'm going to move everything. I'm going to move give me the juice. So one will not lose money. The other one will definitely make some money. Okay, it's only 40 pips, but... And now we're stuck at support. Not surprising either. But boy, oh boy, was that cool. So there's the drop. Let me clear this. Okay, here's the drop yesterday, 24 hours ago in this live stream. And I said, if you chase that, you suck. See, if you had planned all of this up here, you're fine. But if you chased it down here because it's falling, I know since you chase, you're not going to get out. So anyways, I hope you exhibited patience and discipline, right? Do you want to sell down here? That's how you want to make your career? Or do you want to sell here? How do you want to make your career? What kind of trader are you? Okay. Again, do you want to be the one that sells down here after the fact or sells up here? Okay. PSAR riding down nicely. The only thing is I don't really use PSAR on this time frame, but you could. The other PSAR is here, and that's where I had it. Okay, but to each his own or her own. Okay, cool, right? Could I get a thumbs up for that? I mean, dude, that was real-time hardcore analysis. And I sent a tough message with love, but it was a tough message. It's amazing, isn't it, that it was dropping like a ton of bricks, and I said, if you chase that, it's what's holding you back from your success. Cool. So now we're just farting around, waiting around. Hey, maybe it's the Fed meeting minutes. Maybe it's CPI. Maybe it's earnings season. Yeah. Yep, that's what we talked about on Monday. So here we are, stalled out. On targets, by the way. I don't know, Hope, but maybe I'll buy a sweatshirt from them, huh? Okay, and then we'll take a look at USD. Finally, maybe, huh? Showing some interesting signs here. 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 Okay, this is the one we've been watching. And no, I would not do it there. But this is what we talked about last night in the day trading group. And holy snapola. Hope says PSAR is such a favorite indicator of yours. Not really. But anyways, check that out, guys. We were staring at this in the day trading group last night, and it was just, kicking off the moving averages, basically. And I'm like, what do you think, man? What do you think? Okay. Intervention still waiting? Well, I suppose we don't know, but somebody's betting against it. And there's the higher high. Now, as a reminder to everybody, because it's good to be reminded, because we're trying to remember, when this dropped, I said I've been through many interventions in the past. Many, many, many. And none of them have ever worked. And so now that we've made a higher high, I hope you've had a positive learning experience. I did not freak out. In fact, I got knocked out of all my long positions. So I got knocked out somewhere in here. It dropped. I was with you guys in real time. I went through in, what was it, the swing trading group? I think it was a swing trading group. I did about a 40-minute presentation of what central bank intervention is, why they would do it, and then how they would do it. The mechanics. We went through the balance sheets of central banks to explain what it was all about. And then I explained the history of them. When the Bank of Japan has intervened in the past, we went back to 30 or 40 years. And then I explained my experience as a human being going through central bank intervention over the years. And here we are now. Okay. Cool. Now, I don't know what other people do, YouTubers that claim to be trading experts, and they've only been trading for 5 years. I guess they read stuff in a book. Okay. I don't know, but my explanation came from life experience. So there you go. I hope that was helpful. Okay, so anyways, this is interesting, and it will continue to be interesting until the central bank tries again. So please use a stop loss. What's up, Bailu? So, okay, we did dollar pairs, we did yen pairs, we looked quickly at exotics, and we did commodities. You want to do one more? You want to throw down some natty, maybe? Okay. Looks like we topped out on the yearly R3. Okay. Interesting, right? So if we were to do technical analysis of this asset class, we would look at that and we would call that support. But I'm going to mark this up here. And I would not be shocked if we're above that X by the end of the year. And that would require probably, if we would call this the price that we're at now, the high currently just shy of $10, that is basically an all-time high. This thing used to be $1. It went all the way to 10, and now we're just at 6. Now, the low, I don't know the low. It could be 6, it could be 5. But here's the thing. If we go back to 10, that would be an all-time high. Okay? What I said back on this previous low is that why not 15? 50% higher than the highest high of all time. Now, how would you get that? Well, I covered that in the energy trading course. And so if you don't understand energy, I can't explain the arbitrage trade to you because you wouldn't understand. But everybody that went through already has that trade plan in mind, and they also know the catalyst. And the catalyst could be any day now. It could be this week, it could be next week, it could be 5 weeks from now. But what I explained to people is it wouldn't have been 2 weeks ago. It would not have been 3 weeks ago. It could be this week, it could be next week, it could be 5 weeks from now. But we're tiptoeing into the AO, the area of opportunity. As they say in France, the window. And there's no word for opportunity in French. Okay. That's it. I think I'm done. Jack's here. Gotta go. Sorry, Jack. Adam's like, hey, yeah. Crota says, hey, if it's fast and unidirectional. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Gotta go. Life's good. Remember. Life is great. Life is good. Life is beautiful. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Thank you for being part of the community. I appreciate you. And if you're in my day trading group, I'll see you at 4. Any last questions before we giddy up? Euro on the move again. I'm not sure where I'm sitting on these trades. 850 pips. Last night I had well over 1,000. So this is the little pullback. So we'll see if we get any follow through. Okay. Will I be planning trades? What do you think we do, Mohammed? It's not the day playing group, right? So, yeah, well, like the Aussie trades. I don't know that those are pre-planned and taken. Some people caught at the 55. I on the 1 hour. I caught it on the 21 on the 4 hour. It's the same trade. So, yeah, I suppose if multiple people did it, it was planned in advance. I don't know any other way of trading. But here's the thing, Mohammed. Don't join because you think I'm going to tell you. My goal is to teach you how to plan your own trades. And so, I'll give you the lamb and I'll give you the knife. You got to do the dirty work. And it's difficult. Okay? Yeah, cool. All right, everybody. Have the greatest day ever. Thank you for being you. I like you. You're real nice.